Can you hear me now? Yes, please get the likes up, please. Can you hear me now? Yes. All right. So first of all, good morning. I apologize for being tardy. Some of y'all will rightfully calling me out as being on CPT. Let me tell y'all how StreamYard tried to shank me seconds before I was trying to go online. Because if you follow my skincare channel, I've gone live a bunch of times on the skincare channel, but not here on this fashion channel. And so I hadn't gone live in a minute. So I get on here and a big dirty stinking StreamYard logo. I was like, I don't want that in my live. Don't I have a paid account? So I don't know if like my account didn't update or if I don't have an account for this page, but StreamYard was like, give us the money, honey. All right, but anyway, all jokes aside, hello besties. Welcome to our first live here on this fashion channel. We are going to be talking about three things today. On today's agenda, we'll be talking about big bel-lay styling tips, specifically for the winter time. So make sure that you got your pen and your paper jotted down. We're going to be talking about tips on sweaters, outerwear, that sort of things that will make you look and feel amazing. We're also going to do a refresher on color analysis. Now, I put up a post on the community page asking you guys what you wanted me to talk about, like well, not so much asking what you wanted me to talk about, but what questions you had. And there was a lot of questions, but I was like, for the live format, I think it's easier for us to just have like a fun hangout time. And then some of those like in-depth questions that you asked, I think are better as videos because y'all see how we're struggling to get on this live, like to have the presentation and the visuals and all of that so that it looks good. I think would be a little hard to do on live. So we're going to have a refresher on color analysis, but there is a playlist on, figuring out your best colors. And then one thing that somebody had asked that I was like, ooh, this is a good one, but also like, ooh, this is hard. So can you have both comfy and cute aspects together when it comes to flat shoes? And we're going to talk about that today. And I found some information that might surprise you, but for some of you, maybe it may not be so much of a surprise. So stay tuned. So some house rules here. I need your energy. You guys are my co-hosts. If you're not, being active in the chat, I'm gonna be sitting here like just me talking to me. But also, what I also need is, I forgot to mention, at the end, provided we have enough time, we'll do a Q&A. But just keep in mind that sometimes some of your questions, they're great questions, but they're better to be answered where I can give the whole shebang and the whole show. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to conduct lives here on the fashion channel. Maybe we'll go shopping together or some stuff like that in the future. I don't know. So first things first, we're going to get into some big bel-lay fashion tips. And I meant to print out my notes. So let's see how much I remember. Let's see how much I remember from what I wrote down. So here's the thing. So first things first, you got to think about lines. And let me just hold on, you guys. Let me just grab, because gotta have my stick here. So the first things first, when it comes to big bel-lay tips, well, any kind of fashion tips anyway, right? And if you've watched the channel enough, it's all about the lines. So your heart, and if I look here, am I looking you guys in the eye? Because I don't want to be like all over the place. Because like I'm looking at me, I'm looking at that, I'm looking at the light, I'm looking over here. But I think if I look in the lens right there, that I'm giving y'all eye contact. So when it comes to lines, horizontal lines, they shorten and widen. Now that's not a good thing, nor is it a bad thing. It's a thing. So you keep that in mind. Any place that you want to shorten and widen, the horizontal lines are going to come into play. If you're trying to avoid shortening and widening an area, then you probably may not want the horizontal lines. Then when it comes to vertical lines lengthen and lean. That's not a good thing, nor is it a bad thing. It's just a thing. So you would, have your vertical line where you want something lengthened and lean. And if you want to avoid lengthening and leaning an area, then you avoid the vertical line. Diagonal lines divide. Again, not a good thing or a bad thing. It's a thing. So you would have your diagonal line where you want things to be divided. Now, when it comes to having a bigger belly, because here's the thing, all right? Because things can get real messy real quick when it comes to fashion and people feeling like you're telling them what to do. Listen, I ain't trying to tell y'all what to do. If you want to wear whatever you want, you wear whatever you want. I'm not gonna stop you. I physically can't stop you because like I'm here and you're there. Right? But if you want to look amazing and feel amazing in your clothes, there are some things that you can do to make the situation, and the situation being your outfit, much better for you. And that is if you have a big, all right, I might need to stand up. All right, I got on my house pants, y'all, and whatever. But so say you have a big belly, right? Remember I said that the horizontal line is going to shorten and widen. Back up so you can see my head. The horizontal line is going to shorten and widen. You do not want a horizontal line where you are going to be at your widest because that is going to just widen. Now, if you look at me, my big droopy pants, my hips, I would say, are probably like one of my widest areas on my body. I typically don't have horizontal lines here ending here because that's just going to make me look wider. And I love my hips, but it's not every time the hips got to be, all out like that. Sometimes I want the hips away and sometimes I want them on display, So let me show you because it's a lot easier for me to show you with this sweater that I saw on Eloquy. Let me show you this sweater that I saw on Eloquy that I think is a great example. Wait, let me stick this here. And by the way, this is linked in the description. So if you're like, oh my God, where can I get this sweater? It's linked in the description. So let me just share my screen. This is a tab. Wait, this is a tab that I want to share. All right, here we go. Oh wait, not this one. That's the wrong tab. Hold on, y'all. Stop sharing. Share screen. Okay, there we go. It did it again. Whatever. All right, so we're just gonna have to work with this. What I want to draw your attention to here with this sweater, you see that right there? Ooh, wait, hold on now. Let me move this over. I'm still cracking up that y'all was in the chat talking about I was on CP time. Y'all funny. I love y'all. Well, y'all are my people. All right, so this is what I want you to look at here. Look at these diagonal lines that are being formed here. Now, sometimes I will admit that the visuals don't always 100% line up with what the heck I'm talking about because it doesn't appear as if this model has a bigger belly. And she got a little something going on here, but I wouldn't consider this like, a belly, But I mean, it is a belly, but it's not like, I think I know what I'm saying. But you see these horizontal these diagonal lines here. This right here. Now, I'm not saying you have to look for this every time you buy a sweater, but this is one thing that you can kind of look for because this right here, what that is doing, it is snatching. It is like, it is giving you that snatch station right there. And then you also have those same diagonal lines going in the top here. So if you're someone with a bigger bust, this can also help to balance a bigger bust. Now, what do you pair this with? Now, this is where I want to do like a little audience interaction. What would you pair with this to finish out this outfit and continue to slim? Are you? Oh, you can't. Oh my God. Y'all can't see what I'm sharing because I didn't put it in the stage. You know what's funny? This is exactly what you would get if we were friends in real life. Like, ask any of my in real life friends, and they will show you that. This is so hilarious. I love you guys. Oh my god. All right. So I will say that again because I was just blabbing and there was nothing on the screen. And y'all was just like, girl, we can't see nothing. All right. Back to what I was saying. So with this sweater, now maybe I'll put the red one up so you can kind of see a little bit better because it does come in red as well. Um, oh, and it's two different models. Okay, perfect. This is perfect because this can illustrate what I was trying to tell y'all before when y'all couldn't see the image. And I need to have the chat popped out somewhere so that if I goof again, when I goof again, I can see what y'all saying. All right, so these diagonal lines here, what these diagonal lines here are doing, it is giving that nice cinch. Now, that's not the only way to do it. You know, we talk about the ways that, oh, sorry, y'all. I don't know if it's the eyelash glue or my eyeliner, but every once in a while, when I put makeup on, I'm tearing. Anyway, and then you also have the diagonal lines up here. So if you're someone with a bigger bust, this is also something that's going to help to slim a bigger bust. This top can actually be arranged. You see, like she's got a little bigger bust here too. And she kind of put it slightly further down on the shoulders. You see the difference there? You see the difference there? Now I know some people are a little conservative, you know, you just push that up a little bit. You know, it's kind of hard for me to talk to y'all about conservative fashions because I myself am not very conservative in my fashions, but I will try to, be as general as possible. But okay, so the question was, what would you pair? Now that you actually see the top and you can actually answer the question, what would you pair this top with to further have a snatched belly area and look good and feel good? The key here is to look good and feel good. To feel good is to look good. To look good is to feel good. Okay? That is the goal. Let's see what y'all are saying. Too bad I have decided not to shop, but the info is great. No problem, Beatrice. Listen, I hear you. I haven't bought anything from God. I ain't even gonna talk about Target. Let's see what y'all are saying in here. All right, okay, I see it. That's cute. Hi, Angela. Hi, Dr. Tashi. Victoria said I was just nodding because the speech was getting it in. This is a cute outfit, but my gut would never let me be great. Now we'll see. We'll see. And I can't see you guys, so I don't know what your bodies look like. But I do think that when you see what we pair this with, that you too can do this. I could see her belly button in red. I think with the red, I think it's the kind of because of the pants that she's wearing and the way that she's situated the top. And then she might also have a longer torso than this model. Yeah, her torso might be a little longer. Oops. Come on, yo. Why are you messing with me like that? Okay, there we go. Her torso just might be longer than the lady in the black. And of course, this is the only picture of the lady in the black that we get here. All right, but let's see what you guys were saying in the comments. I would pair it with a satin A-line skirt. Okay, Miss Lynn. That's cute, but I dislike crop length items with my belly. Scared of showing belly button. Pair with blue jeans. Nice, but I would pair with an A-line satin skirt. I've been experimenting with high-rise slim jeans. Hey, love you, Daniel. Thank you, Angela. The top is cute, but my Buddha belly would be all hanging out the bottom of that, and I can't wear high-waisted stuff. Glamolius. Please let me know why you can't wear high-waisted stuff. Let me just see. I was just saying, playing along like, yes, sis, she's snatched. I know it's really hard. in an ideal world, I would love to have like models here so I could actually show you guys stuff, but um it's a little hard for me to, like, unless y'all want to come through the Queens and be my model, let me let me know. So this is what I wanted to pair this with. Let me pull up the pants that I was gonna pair this with. Now, there we go. Here's one and two, and I'll show you in a second because I'm just kind of like previewing it on my side before I share the screen. So when I get besides myself, I don't lose the links. All right. Can I? Yo, you know what's crazy? I watch people on live pretty often, and the way that they're able to move seamlessly, like Dr. Tachi's one of them. Dr. Tachi is a master when it comes to going live and putting the stuff on the screen and whatnot. But I give you the best that I can. All right. So yeah, I like a plain. Let me make sure it's showing. Nope. I gotta add to stage. Okay. I like a plain flat front pant. Let me see if I can make this bigger so that you can see it. Where is oh. All right, I don't know. They playing too much. So let's see if we can. There we go. Now is it showing on for y'all? All right. I like a plain flat front pant because it's going to like something like this is going to be able to suck you in. I would get something that's not going to make you feel uncomfortable, nothing that's too stiff. But I like the idea of a slightly higher waist when it comes to a wide leg pant because the wide leg pant is also going to help to. Can you see the? Let me see if you can see the cursor here. When I do this, sheesh. Let's move over. Okay. Oh, good. You can see it. All right. So like this is helping to balance out the hips and the belly area. So I like something like that. I also like that. I think it was Miss Lynn or it might have been Angela. I can't remember if it was Angela or Miss Lynn who said that an A-line skirt. An A-line skirt is good too. So you basically you want something that oh god. That's the idea is to kind of trick the eye. You want something that's really that's going to smooth the belly and then those diagonal lines. Now I hear a couple of you saying that that this top, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to add. Can I add more than one thing in here? Because I want to move from one screen to another without having to stop my screen share. I guess I can't do that. That's annoying. Or either that or I just don't know what I'm doing. All right. We going back to this. Like you guys were saying that this top, because of the way that it is, like you don't want your belly out. But I think you can kind of pull this down a little bit. But when I'm talking about like the diagonal lines here, I mean, this is not the only top option when it comes to something that could drape over. You could also have like a wrap sweater. Let me see if I can find a wrap sweater. Come on. Share this tab instead. Okay. Let's see. Is it sharing this tab instead? All right. Something like this. This is from Banana Republic. I will add this to the description as well. But this is also something where you have that kind of design right there, and it'll help to kind of like cinch that area. And then you pair it with, oh Lord, here's the jeans. Yo. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Is this? There we go. And then you pair it with some jeans like this, and it smooths out that belly area. I'm trying. Let me see if I can find you guys a sweater where can we still shop at Old Navy because they have great tall selection. Shoot, don't even like the way that the way that these retailers are like, oh my god. Anyway, yes, because something pleated would make the tummy show more, in my opinion. Yeah, because then you have something there. Because usually when something's pleated, especially if it's like a horizontal line that's pleated in the front, that's just going to add visual bulk. Even if the pleating is vertical, and vertical does tend to lengthen and lean. It's just that visual bulk there that gets added in when you're wearing something pleated. So I like something flat front. And let me show you some jean options that I had picked up. Let's see. Where is y'all? I'm so off. Oh, you know what? It's in the description. Let's see. Eh, hold on. So I'm going to show you some options of jeans that I saw that was very cute. It was given very cute. All right, so some flat front, wide leg jeans. I'm going to put these in here. All right. Share this tab instead. There we go. All right. So here's another example of some, and this is from Levi's. I'm surprised Levi's um, has extended size options. So you can see this goes up to a 24, and they've got different inseams. They've got, I'm guessing that M and S means medium and short inseam. I would have loved to see a little tall action going on in there. But these jeans are cute, and this is basically what I mean by something that's flat front. Now, somebody had mentioned something about they can't wear high waisted, and did she come back and say? Oh, she said she answered me, but it's a bit up in the chat now. Okay. Just call me Molly. Okay. I have a short torso. If I wear pants over my belt. Yes. Okay. Okay. So when you have a shorter torso, it's almost like you have to do the things in reverse. So you want a lower rise, so then the shirt's got to come down a little bit more. The length of the shirt's got to be a little longer. Thank you so much for coming back and telling me that. Let's see what else we have. I'm in my stretchy jean trend. Okay, yes, I hear that. Any good mid-rise jean options that you know of? Listen. Let me tell you something. And it's funny. Somebody said, "Can we still shop at Old Navy?" Because it's like literally every day. It's like you got to go through. If I ever share a retailer that like doesn't align with your values, blame them, not me. Because it's like it's a lot to keep up with, and I have no hard feelings if you're like, I mess with you, Danielle, but I don't mess with that retailer. Your vid just went up on the Skin Channel. Oh yeah, okay. I went to Korea and got a scalp treatment. So that's the video that's up there today. All right, let me show you another pair of jeans. So these are linked in the description box. I like these. These are from Levi's. How much are these jeans? Where's jeans? How much are these jeans? Are they not? Oh, $69.50. Currently, they're doing 30% off of $125. But you could probably also, copy this in and Google it, and maybe like Macy's or another department store has it for even cheaper. But let me show you another pair of jeans that you could wear with this. Guys, you know what I was thinking of doing for a live? And I would really have to practice before I go live with it. But I would love to have somebody come on, and then we kind of like talk about but some of y'all be acting real shy. Okay. I need the boldest of you guys to want to do this, where we go live together. You ask me your fashion questions, and then that way I can see you, because sometimes you guys ask me questions. Hold on one second. Sorry, I didn't want y'all to have to hear that. I probably should have muted. Muted myself because sometimes you guys ask questions and obviously I can read and stuff, but sometimes it's better for me to be able to see you, and I think that would be a really good um I think that would be a really good live. So let me know if you're interested in it. Email me. My email is the style and beauty doctor at gmail. Um, I don't even know how to put that on the. Look at me touching stuff. I was trying to put it on the screen. I'm like, let me stop touching stuff. Okay, so here's another pair of jeans. This is a little more expensive. This is from Reformation. But this is also something that could be good with a bigger belly. You've got the flat front, you've got the wider leg opening. Um, you don't have to go extremely wide on the leg. You could do something like a straight cut or even a boot cut. But I do find that when you have something the leg opening is a little bit more open, and when I say open leg, I mean like as opposed to like a skinny jean versus a wide leg. The wider the leg opening, the more it's going to be able to balance your figure. And here's an option from Reformation. These are $168. They're cute and all. I have options because I don't know what kind of budgets everybody's working with. So, I just like to have the options. Reformation is a brand that people seem to like. So I was like, let me put these Reformation jeans up in here. But then, these only go up to a 34 waist. And then let's see, what was the other pair of jeans that I had in here? And then these are from JCPenney. JCPenney, I would say, has some really nice, like they stay. Oh, they want you to save 20%. I feel like they stay up with the trends, and not to say that everything you need to wear is a trend, but at least they're not serving jeans from like styles that people's wearing like 20 years ago that nobody's really wearing. So if you do want to try a trend, but you're not trying to spend a whole bunch of money, I like JCPenney for that. Let me just make sure that I'm showing y'all the right thing. But these are from A&A, and they come in long, which I love for us tall folks. And this goes up to a 20. But A&A also has a plus line, I believe. Let me see here. Yeah, and they have petites as well. Like this would be cute. The wide cuff can be a little challenging sometimes, but there's a time and a place for everything. Let's see. I wanted to see jeans. These are plus jeans? Oh, wait, down here. Okay. So here is, I believe those are the same option. These are adaptive. I one time made a mistake and bought something that was adaptive. Basically, it helps people with low motor skills or people who are challenged in being able to put their clothes on. I made a mistake one time and bought something, and it was cool that the option was available, but I was like, oh, wait, that's not what I meant to purchase. But I believe this is the plus size version of the jeans that I showed you before. Let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. And JCPenney, yeah, Target. Oh, I got 4 more posts from a contract that I started with Target back in December or November. 2 of them are for cat food, and then another 2 are for mascara. And I was like, okay, maybe Target is rebranding their DEI because that's what it sounded like to me. But then I was like, they ain't post nothing on social media for a week, and then when they come back, they just posting as if nothing had happened, and I'm like, damn, Target. But I digress. All right, so let me see if there's any other questions about big belly tips in here. Now, bear in mind, I've got a really good video. At least I think it's a really good video. Let me see if I can pull it up here so that you can see. Like, if you are really looking to learn more about the big bel-lay tips, and I try my best with the visuals sometimes. but it does not always happen. It's hard sometimes. Share this tab instead. And I saw Dr. Tachi said to try AI. Girl, when I've tried AI, sometimes I'll have my editor. They're pretty talented. I'll have them be like, okay, can you take this and then make it different? And then they're sometimes really good with that, but it's not, like anyway, this video right here, key things that I go through. This is a summertime video. I will try to make a winter version of it, but honestly, the information can be transferred over to, winter stuff. So it's basically like, looking at the different, like, for instance, like right here. Okay, making sure that we on the same page there. Like right here, you can see the difference in how like her midsection area. She looks more snatched here than she does here. So make sure you check out this video, and let's talk about color analysis really quickly. Now the thing with color analysis, let me see if I can pull up the video. I don't know if you guys saw, but I got a color analysis done in Korea. I went on a brand trip. I got back. Has it been I don't know if it's been 2 weeks yet, but am I sharing this tab? Okay, add to stage. There we go. Okay, I'm getting with it a little bit. But anyway, I went to Korea
Analysis in the sun.
And I had a color analysis done here, as you can see, and there's Twee, who was also on the trip. And this was a fun experience for me because I've done color analysis for clients, back in the days, 20 years ago, I was an image consultant, which kind of helped me catapult my blog back in the day. But I would do color analysis for clients. And so I have, a couple of videos on choosing your best colors. Now, choosing your best colors is actually a science because basically you're mimicking what you have naturally. And I'll talk to you in a few seconds about like some of the basics of it. But essentially, there's a video that I have that like kind of really goes in depth. But I saw that a lot of the comments when I said that I was going to go live were about color analysis. I was like, let me, let's talk about it as a community. I see somebody else saying pick me. 41 people in chat, but 25 likes. Can y'all go like? It's great info for free. Thank you, Victoria. Oh, I love y'all. So anyway, so the thing with color analysis, there's an actual science to it. And then you can check out that video if you haven't already. But where are my notes? Here we go. So if your best bet with color analysis is to actually go to an image consultant or a color professional. And it's an old school term because they came out with this back in like, I don't know, like 1981 or 1891 if you you're looking at me backwards. They called it getting your colors done, and your best bet is to go to a professional. I believe the price range, actually, instead of guessing, let's Google it. We here together. How much is a color analysis in US? All right, it's a little more, not what you call it. Where'd it go? Child. This thing is killing me. All right, share this tab instead, and then we're gonna add this stage. Okay, so color analysis in the US can rent from free. You getting this stuff done for free. Or self-guided test. Okay, to over $800. Woo. I wasn't charging people $800 back in the day, but that was 20 years ago. Inflation. Anyway, the best way is to get this done professionally, because then you'll get your most, if you're confused, you'd be able to figure out, the person will drape you with the colors, and then you're able to see which of your colors work best. Now, when I say draping, share this tab instead. That's a stage. Okay, so this is the color draping part where you see how she's putting these different colors on me. And basically what they're looking for is, Can you see are you seeing the colors first or are you seeing me? Do I look dazzling and luxury as she kept saying, oh, you look luxury in these colors. And I was like, oh, yeah, I look luxury. Do I look sickly and melancholy and sad, or do I look vibrant and lively and healthy? So basically, that's what they're doing when they drape the colors, and you're able to kind of see like which colors are your best colors. Now, there's an actual science behind it. It's not basically just throwing some colors up and seeing what looks good, because if you don't have an eye for this, you probably be like, oh, everything looks good. But there are colors that just look so much better. So your color analysis is based on a couple of things. So, and skin tone is actually, it factors in, but there's this misconception where if you have a darker skin tone, all people with darker skin tones would look good in the same color category, and that could not be untrue. That could not be more untrue. A lot of times, some of these color professionals be lazy and they try to think that we all belong in the same category. Um, and let me show you an example, because I'm a deep winter, but you know who also is a deep winter? Let me look up. Lucy Liu is also, from what I can tell from looking at her pictures online, Lucy Liu looks like she's a deep winter as well. Let me show you a picture of Lucy Liu. Am I showing you the picture of Lucy? Yeah, there we go. There's Lucy Liu. She and I could not be more opposite when it comes to skin tone, and we're in the same color season. So, skin tone is so don't get caught up in, oh, all dark skinned people got to be this and all light skinned people got to be this. So don't confuse it. That is a very lazy way. We are not lazy. We are magnificent. We are talented. We are brilliant. We are not to be lazy when it comes to this. So a couple of things that factor into what's going to be your better colors. Your undertone. A couple of you had already said undertone in the comments. So undertone is whether you're warm, cool, or neutral. And there's a couple of things that you can do to figure out what your undertones are. But one of the quickest ways is if what do you look better in? Do you look better in gold? And I brought a single a single silver earring because I was running a little late and I didn't want to keep y'all waiting when I was getting on the live here. What jewelry you look better in is also a helpful indicator. So if you look better in gold jewelry, you're warm. If you look better in in silver, you're cool toned. And if you look good in both, you're probably neutral. I will say though that although I love the way the gold looks on me, I think I mean that's too my own horn, but I think I look good in both the silver and the gold. But I can see where certain times where silver jewelry looks better on me, because not all golds are the same. Some golds are rustier, not as brilliant, not as warm. So there's that. Then, and also included, another thing that goes into factor in what your best colors are is your level of contrast. So your level of contrast has to do with the variations of deepness between your eye color, your hair color, and your skin tone. And even, okay, and I mentioned that skin tone is not always the biggest factor, because skin tone on its own is not a factor into what season you are, but it's, it factors in, but it's not the sole factor. So for instance, let me see if I can get you some pictures here. If your eye color, hair color, and skin tone are about this, there's not that much variation in depth between those three, you're probably on a lower contrast. And oftentimes they look more at your eye color and your skin tone, because sometimes people dye their hair colors that it's not your best color, so sometimes they'll probably drape your hair back so that your hair is not giving you a read that you really aren't. So let me show you an example of somebody with low contrast. And I like to go out of, well, not that I like to go out of my way. I do be going out of my way because we people of color mostly, I've got more of a mixed audience here on the fashion channel, but because we are left out of the color analysis conversation quite often, I make it my own to be like, here we are. So, as you can see with her, the eyes, the skin tone, and the hair all kind of like blend together, right? And then with me, can I make this so that I was trying to put us side by side, but I guess that's not going to work. But y'all know what I look like. So, in comparison, look at her coloring and then look at my coloring, because the funny thing is we're almost about the same complexion shade, and yet we are two different levels of contrast, because you see how her hair and her skin and her eyes all kind of like they're all within the same level of depth. But then you look at me and you see how dark, and then when you have a darker skin tone, oftentimes your level of contrast, the whites of your eyes also provide some contrast. So you see the whites of my eyes and how deep my eyes are, how light the whites of my eyes are, and then it's contrasted by how deep the color of my pupils. And then look at her hair and her skin, how her hair and her skin are kind of like this, like along the same level of depth. But then with me, my hair and my skin, there's a lot more contrast there. Another way you can tell contrast is to take a picture of yourself and put it in black and white. And if you, let's see if we can, let me see if I can pull that up so you can see what. So in a black and white picture, if all of the colors seem to kind of like blend into one, you're probably on a lower contrast. And if you're seeing a difference in value, then you're probably a higher contrast. What am I Googling to get that? High contrast versus low contrast. Okay. And then hopefully, oh, there we go. Share this tab. And then I got to make sure that I'm sharing the right tab. So, okay, let's look at this photo here. So you see how like here, it's like kind of like in a black and white photo, it's blended. There isn't, I wouldn't say that this is low contrast. I would say this is more medium contrast, but the contrast here is definitely a lot lower than the contrast there. I don't know. Hold on, guys. Let me mute too, because I got to blow my nose. And y'all don't need to hear that. All right, mute. All right, sorry, y'all didn't need to hear all of that. All right, so does that make sense? I don't know why I'm talking like that. Does that make sense? So we already went over the two. We went over your undertone, so whether you're warm, cool, neutral. We went over your level of contrast, whether you're high contrast, medium contrast, or low contrast. Oh, Aisha said, I just asked AI to do a color analysis of a clear picture of me and it worked. I just didn't say it was me. Word. All right. So, what else goes into your color analysis is your level of chroma or clarity. So, basically, that means how muted or how saturated the colors are. So, for instance, again, with me, and I forget this gorgeous woman's name, this actress. It's like Dewinda Page. I forget her name. She's gorgeous. She was in a couple of things that I've seen recently. So you see how the colors are like kind of, well, with her because her eyes are so like bright and clear, that is something that would indicate that maybe the colors that would look better on her are brighter, clearer colors. You guys see that with her pupils, even though she's quite muted in her coloring, where the hair, skin, and eyes are kind of like on that same level. She does have some kind of like brightness and clearness to her because of the way that her eyes look. Whereas me, let me put me up here. Like, my eyes, they ain't bright. I would say they're they got a little saturation in them. They ain't that bright. DeWanda DeWise. Yes, that's her name. So those are the main factors that go into when it comes to figuring out your color palette. Now the thing is, if whether you're warm, if okay, so if you let's kind of break this down, but the best way to kind of like really go through all of it, because the color seasons, it's winter, spring, summer, fall, but within all of the seasons there's like at least 3 to 4 subcategories within each season. So it's best to kind of like look at the video that I posted, and it'll be linked in the description in this video as well, to look at that when it comes to color analysis. So here's like a springboard to kind of get you towards at least figuring out which of the 4 main categories might be one of yours, and then you can figure out your subcategories. So if you're warm undertone, you're looking at either spring or autumn as your color season. And then whatever the subcategory is going to depend on your level of contrast and whether you're muted or saturated in coloring. If you're cool, you're either a winter or a summer. And then from there, you figure out, all right, with my level of contrast, am I going to be typically the higher contrast is the winter and the lower contrast is the summer. And then if you're warm and you have a higher contrast, it's usually, you're in the spring, one of the spring seasons. And if you have a lower contrast, more muted, it's the autumn seasons. And a way that you can kind of think of this, let me see if I can find a picture to. Bye, Miss Lynn. Thank you. I also get confused because, as you've said in previous videos, people color usually not the same color all over. So the thing is, let's see how I can try to simplify that. Color analysis doesn't go into as much as like as it would when you're picking out a foundation shade, because I talked to somebody about this in the comments on this channel for the color analysis video that I did in Korea, because she said that the foundation that she wears warms up her complexion. So would that affect her color analysis? And it would, which is why they usually tell you to come makeup free. But we ain't come makeup free because we had the whole full day of content creation and whatnot to do, and that was our first stop. But when it comes to your complexion, when like if you're trying to color correct or something like that, that's totally different from color analysis. Color analysis is strictly looking at the level of contrast in your coloring. So, the difference between your eyes, your skin, and your hair. It's also looking at your undertones, and then it's also looking at whether your coloring is bright or your coloring is more muted, which is actually a lot less involved than when you're talking about like putting makeup on. I hope that makes sense. Caroline asked me to repeat what I said about warm undertone. So, all right, let me see if I can pull up this picture first, and then color seasons. Okay. Oh, good. I'm so glad I was able to pick up. I just want the image. I gotta be scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Hold on, y'all. All right. And I wish I could make this bigger, but I can't. All right, let's add that to the stage. I wish I could make this bigger. I wonder if wait. Isn't there a way to make things bigger? There we go. All right. A little bit bigger. There we go. Okay. Did it make it bigger for y'all too? Okay, good. So these are the color seasons, right? So it's basically it's based on what things look like in nature. So for instance, if you're warm, you would be either a spring or an autumn. Now look at the way the coloring is, and this might confuse y'all even more, and if so, I apologize. Look at how the colors in autumn are kind of like so close together, like they're muted, like they all kind of blend into each other. It's like the yellows turn into oranges, turn into green. The greens turn into yellow, turn into orange. They're all kind of like muted and they all kind of blend into each other. Now, if you also look at our girl here, Dewinda Wise, I think is her name. Yeah, Dewanda Wise. Lord, I can't speak. Where did that picture of her go? It was a specific picture of her that I wanted to bring up here. There she is. Okay, so you see this picture. I wish I could pull up more than one thing at a time. That might be in StreamYard 202, and I ain't there yet when it when it comes to that. So you see how her coloring is very muted. Everything kind of blends into each other, and how where did the winter thing go? Okay. Shit, this time. And how you see the same thing here in the autumn. Everything is kind of like blended. So I would definitely say that she's in the autumn season. But then you would go kind of further in because there's different categories within the autumn. Now the other warm season is spring. But do you see how there's more contrast in the colors in spring than there are in autumn? So you see how like spring is kind of like muted. It's kind of like everything is kind of blended in together. But then you can see the difference. You can see like, oh, there's a strong difference here between this green. There's a strong difference here in the yellow and in the red. Like there's boom, boom, boom. So if if your undertones are warm, you're in either one of these seasons, either in autumn or spring. If your coloring is more muted, kind of like how I showed you with Dewanda, where the hair, the eyes, and the skin were all kind of like muted and all like kind of blended together. And then if you're a spring, you're warm, but you have more of that level of contrast. Let me see if I can find a spring celebrity. See if I can pull up my thing that I did there. So I can show you a black celebrity who is a spring. I'm thinking, oh, you know what? If I remember correctly, I believe Kerry Washington is a spring, but I think she's a bright spring. All right, let me pull this up. Hi, Hadira. All right, share this tab instead. So, all right, you see Kerry Washington here. She's warm an undertone, but you see how there's that level, like you can see that there's a difference in contrast between her hair and her skin, her eyes and her skin, the whites of her eyes and the pupils of her eyes. So that level of contrast is different than Dewanda. You know what? If I could put the two of them together side by side, that would make my life so much easier. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me see if I can do this real quick in Canva. All right, so let me copy Kerry. All right. And then where did Dewanda go? There's Dewanda. Okay. All right. And then I'll share this tab instead. All right, so these ladies are both warm in undertone. However, do you see the difference in the level of contrast between Kerry and Dewanda? And it has nothing to do with skin tone. Their skin tones. It has to do with their skin tones, but it doesn't have anything to do with their skin tone. If I am confusing you even more, I apologize. I try to find the simplest ways to explain things. If I had two celebrities who were similar in skin tone, color, and then were different, that would have been so much easier. But bear with me here. But you see how her colors, they're pretty much the same. They're muted, they blend in. And then here, look at the difference between how her skin tone and her hair color. The skin is much lighter than the hair is deep. The hair is very deep, and then you've got the contrast between the whites of the eyes and the pupils. Here, everything seems to be blended and muted, which is very similar to what we see right here between these two seasons. Now, let me make sure that I'm not. Oh, y'all ain't even talking in here, so I don't know. I don't know if I lost y'all, if y'all just really paying attention. Then, if you're cool, and I'll get to neutral in 1 second. I saw that Molly had asked about if whether you're neutral. So, and then you have the winter and the summer. So, if your undertones are cool, basically you look better in silver than you do gold. You'll be in one of the cooler seasons, which is either winter or summer. And winter has a higher level of contrast. So, you can see how there's a stark difference between how the blue in the sky and then the whites of the clouds and the deepness, the dark color of the what is this? A tree, the twigs and the forestry in the background there, and then the white there. So there's that level of contrast. Now remember, I also have a higher level of contrast, and so I'm in the winter season. But then compare that to summer, where things are cool in tone, but they're more blended, they're more muted. Now, if I can get one of y'all to say that what I'm saying makes sense, that would make my day. Even if you feel like it doesn't make sense, like it's cool. I'm gonna keep trying. Now, if you are neutral in undertone, consider yourself lucky because if you're neutral in undertone, that means you look good in silver and gold. That you can probably have colors from different seasons that you can wear. So your color options become, uh, you get some extra color options for you. So like me, I think I'm pretty much able to wear silver and gold. Like I feel like both look pretty good on me. Not all gold. Some golds I'll put on and I'm like, ooh, that's too stark of a for me. But I feel like that looks good. So for me, although I prefer colors in the winter season, there are some colors in the autumn season that kind of overlap with my coloring. So I could do both. There's a level of contrast. I'm starting to it's starting to gel, but now I don't understand how people see it. It takes practice because it takes practice a lot too because a lot since this color analysis stuff was first brought up, I would say maybe in like the early 80s. All you were seeing were white women, and with white women, uh, sometimes it's a lot easier to be able to be like, okay, boom, boom, boom. With women of color, people automatically think that our skin tones our skin tone alone. Let me say that. Now, hopefully that helps. The skin tone alone is going to determine what season you're in, and that's not true. It's your skin tone in relation to your hair color and the color of your eyes that really go together. Um, Midria asks, I hope that's Midria. If not, I apologize. Does the level of contrast depend on what color you dye your hair or what color contacts you wear? No and yes. I'm so sorry. So here's the thing: when you get your color analysis, when you're doing your color analysis, you want to make sure that you're as stripped down as possible, right? Because unfortunately, what happens is if you go and add in things like, dyeing your hair in the color contact, sometimes people wear colors that aren't harmonious, that aren't really their best colors, and that can throw it off. However, once you get your color analysis, there's a set of like hair colors that'll look amazing for you and color contacts that'll look best for you. I did pronounce it correctly. Okay, perfect. So, um, it's funny because when I got my color analysis done in Korea, she gave me color contact options, and I've never tried colored contacts before, so she gave me options, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm not gonna wear colored contacts, but the options were there. And the funny thing is, sometimes a lot of us naturally gravitate towards the colors that are best for us, because it's what you have naturally that looks good. I wouldn't say that I said you can wear just about anything. There's some colors that may overlap between seasons. Like you may be able to wear colors from other seasons, but I wouldn't say that you can wear anything. You just have more options than someone who's strictly cool or strictly warm. Um, so one of the best ways to know what your undertones are, well, I wouldn't say it's the best way. I would say it's one of the easiest ways is whether you look good in gold or silver. So I'll take this out again and kind of show you guys because there's sometimes it's very obvious when someone looks better in gold or silver. And sometimes it's like, oh, both look good. And when both look good, you're neutral. But that doesn't mean you can wear, anything. You gotta also keep in mind your level of contrast and whether your coloring is muted or saturated. So like usually if you're like, okay, I look good in silver, I look much better in silver than I do gold, I'm gonna be cool. But if I'm like, oh, wait a minute now, both of these are kind of looking good, then maybe I'm neutral. The best way to know your best colors is to get your colors done. There's also kits that you can buy. I have one linked in the description box with that you can get off of Amazon, and it's basically those draping kits, like this one here. When I got my colors done in Korea, so like this here. So basically, I mean, it might not have um what do you call it, every single thing that she used here, because she's has a professional kit, but essentially it has these color drapings so that you can kind of figure out, okay, this is my better color, this is my better color. um, and it's best done with a professional, although you could do it at home and give yourself an idea. Let's see. She sure did. Let me see if I can play that part of the video. I was like, girl. Oh, here's the part. I think it's like right here. Let me unmute it. All right. Hopefully that play. If you couldn't, oh, I didn't have it added to the damn stage. Stay tuned. All right. Let me play it again. All right.
Okay. All right.
Here she went over my color season and also told me which colors to pick for hair, makeup, and also colored contacts.
For the contact lens, we recommend pink, purple, blue, gray, black, and cocoa tone.
Never worn colored contacts, but good to know just in case I do. As for so hopefully you'll be able to hear that. It's so Google said, "Can you just send your photos? Give us an analysis." I'm still confused. That's hard too, because looking at somebody's photos, because photos can be altered by the lighting condition and that sort of thing. It's kind of hard to just do it by photo. I actually think that if you let me show you the one of the color kits from Amazon. But if you have the budget and you can find someone in your area that can do it for you, it does make life so much easier. So this is one of the color kits on. Wait, hold on. I gotta make sure, because Amazon be having your damn. Let me sign out of Amazon. Amazon be having your damn zip code. How do I sign out? Your damn zip code on the damn thing. Sign out. Let me do that again. Yeah, I remember one time I posted a video on my personal channel. This woman was like, "Hey neighbor, you live by da, 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 da." I was like, like, keep that to yourself. God damn it. All right, so Amazon sells these color kits where you can pretty much drape yourself, and it should help you figure out that draping yourself with the colors, with these color swatches, is probably the best thing, because then you're seeing the different colors and how it makes your skin look. Like if you're looking like boom amazing, that's probably your color. If you look a little sickly, little off, little dull, that's probably not your color. All right, so we've gone a little longer than I was anticipating, but I just wanted to talk to you real quick about these comfy shoes, and some things that I found, which means that it actually gave me an idea for a new a possible series that we can have on the channel. Because I be coming up with ideas and stuff, and then I'll be like, oh, this is gonna hit, and then it don't hit, and I'll be like, damn, it didn't hit. All right, so let me pull up the information that I found about these here shoes. So let me see if I can go in my history. So somebody had asked the question of where they can find some comfy and cute flats. Now, comfy and cute in the same sentence. Some of my most comfortable pairs of shoes, like in the summertime, if I know I'm going to be walking around a lot, I'll wear Tevas. Let me show you what Tevas look like. I think the Teva Hurricane. They are the most comfortable thing, but like I feel like if I was around some of y'all wearing them, y'all would be like, "What are those?" But they are comfortable as heck. Like they ain't the cutest thing, but they get the job done. And they come in a bunch of different colors and whatnot. I one time forgot to bring sneakers with me to Ghana when I went to Ghana a couple years ago, and we were going up a mountain, and I had these, and I was able to hike in these shoes. Now, if something felt like if a rock would have fallen and hit the top of my foot, that would have been unfortunate. But I was able to hike in them joints and walk around all day. But let me show you. Would this be in my history when it comes to flats? Because it was something that this podiatrist, podiatrist was quoted in a today.com article that I was like, oh, I wonder if people know this. And I wanted to share it with you. And then maybe we'll do a series where I try on shoes to see if they're comfortable or not. Oh wait, let me just type in today. Today.com. Where did it go? All right, I can't find the article, but I did copy some of what it had said, so I'll just read it to you. Add to stage. All right, so according to this foot doctor, Dr. Priya Parthasarathi, flats can be worn depending on the activity you have going on. If you are walking and standing all day, then flats every day are probably not a good choice. I was like, whoa, that guy clutched my pearls when I saw that. She said she would vary her shoe choices or at least switch them up as the day goes on or a few times a week. For example, you can wear your sneakers to work, which usually requires the most walking, and then switch to supportive flats during the day and switch back when you leave the office. It's important to alternate heel heights to support different muscles and prevent overuse injury. Excuse me. Let me say that again. It's important to alternate heel heights to support different muscles and prevent overuse injuries. So, like if you do something too much, you're gonna injure yourself. Like me, I tend to slouch like this, and I was kind of hurting all of the muscles in my neck and in my trap area. And so every now and again, I have to remember to kind of like shoulder back, kind of thing, so I don't have that pain there. However, if flats are worn daily, it's crucial to ensure they provide adequate support. So now I'm like, I can't just, after reading that, I can't just show y'all a bunch of flats and call it a day. I was like, oh, we gotta, make sure they fit the criteria. And also you should vary the shoes. Like, and I think we kind of knew this because there's certain flats that just don't hit. Like there's certain flats that I'm like, I might as well be wearing a heel because I can't wear a flat if it's too flat because then there's no arch, and then people have different foot things going on. So anyway, the article continues to say opt for flats made of natural leather to promote airflow and reduce moisture buildup, thus lowering the risk of fungal infections. Look for flats with a semi-rigid arch support. So you don't want something all you want it to be and you don't want it to be too hard either. You want a little to provide stability and prevent excessive strain on the foot's arches. Choose flats with a thick outsole for adequate cushioning and shock absorption, which is particularly important for those with foot discomfort. She said, she continues on to say, select the lightweight flats to reduce fatigue during extended wear. Consider flats with memory foam. That's crazy, but not crazy because I'm like, oh, flats with memory foam. They probably had them for a while, but we ain't pay attention because we were like in our 20s and 30s, thing ripping and running the streets. Or polyethylene insoles as they help minimize friction and pressure points, reducing the likelihood of developing blisters. And then she also has some other tips. And the shoe should not be able to fold completely in half. Ideally, it should have a removable insole. Flat should have a firm, supportive heel counter. Look for a wider toe box and avoid pointy toe flats. And I really wish I would have had the link to the article. That's not the link. Wait, maybe if I put her name and then I Google today.com, maybe that'll. Page not found. This is so crazy because I literally was just looking at this article yesterday. Hoka shoes and sneakers. I've seen people in my gym wearing them. Because I mostly do weightlifting, I wear weightlifting sneakers. I don't know that Hoka shoes are weightlifting shoes. So you also got to be really careful to make sure that whatever shoes that you're wearing match your activity. So I don't run. So I don't wear running shoes. But if I did, I would have to get a good pair of running shoes. And then you got to replace the sneakers. Like me, I'm so much like my dad in the way that my dad will have things. Well, actually, unlike my dad, I don't take impeccable care of things. But my dad will have something for 20, 30 years, run it down to the ground. He's repairing it and whatnot. But me with sneakers, like gym sneakers, I would just have the same sneakers for 10 years. But you can't do that because they kind of expire. Now, if I could find this article, because they gave examples of shoes, of flats, and I was like, ooh, they're not going to like them. Today.com comfy flats. Is this it? Found it. Okay. Let me add this here. And let me show you the flats that they had recommended. This is one of them. And then it's like, it's not even as if to say like, okay, these are the flats that you need. These are a flat for a certain kind of situation. These are the best flats for work. And they still say that you should wear your sneakers to travel to and from work. I wouldn't wear these. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Here's another pair. I'm not. I don't think I'm dainty enough to be a ballet flat kind of girl. But these Cole Haan ones are ones that they recommend for. What do they recommend for this? It has a supportive sole and upper. These Mary Janes. This to me is a ballet slipper. Oh, I just realized it wasn't showing you the other pictures. My bad, y'all. Okay, so this is like a ballet. Girl, I'm gonna call you later. I'm on live, ho. Woo! I just said that live. Bye. My bad, y'all. I got besides myself a little bit. So these are some like Mary Janes that they had mentioned. These are the Cole Haan ballet flats. If it'll let me show them the different colors. And then these are the first ones that I was like, yeah, I'm not. These are the first ones where I was like, I don't know about that. They said it's the best ones for work, but would y'all wear these? Did y'all see anything that y'all would wear that I just showed you? Let's see what y'all saying. Oh, okay, y'all were talking about the hoka shoes. And some plus I have to use okay. Because in some flats I have to use shoe instep and pads with heels. Yeah. The problem with memory foam is as if you're heavy, it compresses and becomes hard. That's annoying. Thank you. They're pricey. I'm wondering if it's worth it. Makes sense, Danielle. Um, I agree with Victoria. I have the new one. They are light, but I have black on black soles, and they look like orthopedic shoes, but are very comfortable for my size 9 foot. Um, I think this is a category worth exploring. I will. I can't guarantee it's gonna be anytime soon, but I will try to, you know, come up with at least one video on this. Um, oh wait, I just said that. Dee Dee says she's a Skechers girl. Angela, hey Angela, flats are great. Victoria said, I can see that I get different colorways to avoid looking therapeutic. Nah, Daniel, keeping it real. My bad. My bad, y'all. See, I got a little too comfortable with y'all. I let the real me come out. Ballet flats make my feet look chronically larger. Girl, why'd you say chronically? You almost made me choke. I have flat feet, so I tend to avoid fat flats. Yeah, I knew a girl who, even outside, like she always had to wear heels, and then even out, I don't know if she. Okay, here's the thing. Like I'm like I don't know if she like orchestrated this. Did I say she was my friend? Because it was somebody I knew. I didn't. I'd be saying friend when I just mean like somebody I knew. But anyway, she would outside of shoes still kind of like walk like this because her arch was so high. But now that I think about it, she was a little extra. So I don't know. I don't know. All right. Were there any questions? I wish there was a way to like highlight questions because there's quite a lot in the chat that I missed with my technical difficulties and all of that. Um but this has been really fun. I think I always say I want to go live more often. Um which I do. If I could clone myself, I would definitely go. I would definitely go live way more often. But I really like this like interaction that we have. I think what might be really cool, and I'll see if I can do this. I be having ideas and it takes me a minute to get to them, but I eventually do get to them. So just bear with me, you know. But I would love to do like a live shopping trip or something like that. Um, we'll see because there's other technical difficulties that come up with being live and being out in an environment is like certain things you can't control. And then sometimes I'm just like, this is better as like just like a video that can be edited. So we'll see. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I be liking to hang out with y'all and whatnot. I just be wanting to, chill and whatnot, just make it better. Um Shoe collection video with different fits. Okay, see, I would do this, Sarah, but every time I show y'all my shoes, y'all be like, "Oh, can't wear that. No, can't wear that. No, 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 no." Because I likes me a heel. You know what I mean? I likes me a heel. I also likes me a non-pain leg and foot and back. So I alternate. I do have some of the ugly, comfy shoes that I feel like y'all be like, "Girl, what you got?" And then my heels, y'all be like, because I've done shoe videos before, and then that's usually the response that I get. But I think that I will try to put on my investigative journalist hat and try to research some of these comfy shoes. Now we'll see because I don't want to we'll see. I'm like thinking out loud. Also, if you are not shy, and you would like to come up on the live screen and we talk about your fashions and you ask me any of your like style questions and things like that, I think that would be an amazing live if we have people who are willing to get up on here. And let me tell you something. One thing about me, I don't tolerate people in the comments being mean to guests on the channel. You know, they say whatever they want about me. If I have a guest on the channel, I shut that mess down. Like you ain't. I look. Imagine me bringing somebody on the channel, and then people being mean to them, and I allow it. Like get out of here. So don't be afraid. That I feel like the audience here is very welcoming and outgoing anyway. But just in case, like if that's what's stopping you from wanting to do a live, just know, first of all, anybody who is going to leave a negative comment on somebody being somebody sharing and being out, and they're going to leave a negative comment, there's something way more wrong with that person leaving a negative comment than there is you. Like I've received my fair share of negative comments over the years, and now when I get them, I laugh because it's just like imagine the person that took the time out of their day to leave such mess. So anyway, y'all, I need to go film some more videos. I got 2 skincare videos to film. Speaking of, there's a skincare video that posted about an hour ago. I think right about now, I got my Korea video vlogs are starting to pop up on the personal channel, Life with Danielle. So check it out. If you are interested in, can you do a live color analysis? The thing with the color analysis, I would have to have somebody like in the house with me because then I would need to drape. So maybe I'll ask some of my friends to do that. I'll get the draping kit and we'll try that. I'll remind me though, because sometimes my mind be. But if you're interested in doing a live where we like if you're like I have questions about my accessories, do these shoes go with this outfit? Email me. My email is thestyleandbeautydoctor@gmail.com. And I was trying to find a way. Maybe if I put it in the can I type in the chat? Oh, here we go. Email me the style and excuse me. Sorry. Beauty doctor at gmail.com. And then make sure you put the subject like style something. Can I pin this? Yeah. Not me about to put myself in timeout. I was trying to pin this comment. Can I pin it? There we go. Email me, thestyleandbeautydoctor@gmail.com if you're interested. Make the subject be something like style analysis or I'm from the live or something that, like I'll know. I get a lot of email and I don't want you to get lost in the shuffle. So email me there if you're interested. And then, we can pick some time to go live and whatnot. Thank you, Venus. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I hope you have an amazing Sunday and amazing rest of the week. There's a lot. Oh God, there's a lot going on in if you're from America, a lot going on in the country right now. Keep your head up. Try to keep off as much of it as possible because I think that they purposely throw all of this stuff at us on purpose so that we're like scrambled. But love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.